So welcome students. Today we'll go to the second passage, comprehension passage, that is the moth and the star. The moth and the star. Please refer page number 37 in your workbook. So I'll read the text. Before going to this comprehension, I'll just give you the guidelines how you must attempt the comprehensions. In exams, first you must just read the passage and understand the idea and the content in each paragraph. In examinations, in order to save the time, don't read the complete passage, but just apply the skimming and scanning method to grasp the content of the passage, what it is about. Then read the first question and see the first paragraph starting itself, and just go line by line and you will get the answer. Then read the second question, go after that, continue, and again you will find the answer. Similarly, you go one by one, all the 10 questions, and answer them serially. Answer should be short and precise. Should not just write the words of the passage. You have to mold the answer according to the question. That is very important. Then don't leave any question, because it's a easy way of scoring. So you should not leave any questions. Just start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or ABCD, and then if you don't get an answer, go forward. Then lastly you will definitely get the answer. Okay. Then answer all the questions in one cluster. This is a very important rule here. One cluster means together. 1 to 10 should be together and at one place. That means you should not answer in the first page and again start repeating in the last page or in the center page and all that. That is not allowed. Answer should be in one cluster, that is at one place, and scattered answers will not be considered. Scattered means 1 or 2 answers here, 1 or 2 answers in the next page and the next page and all that. This is not allowed. Then don't take too much time for the passage. See, approximately about 1 to 2 minutes for one question. So the maximum time should be taken is 20 minutes. If you are quite fast enough, in 15 minutes you can answer. Otherwise 20 minutes for 10 questions. Then don't write the question. It will only waste your time. Write the question number and write the answer. So exams it will be A, B, C, D, E, F. So just put that question number 24, A, B, C, D, E, F like that. Then start writing the answers. And if you don't get an answer, don't waste much time. But you must leave it and then go ahead. Then you will definitely get the answer. This is all the general guidelines for attempting the passage. Now, just 1 minute. I'll read the passage. A young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a star. So in this line, what you must think? What kind of moth? A young and impressionable moth. This is one point. Then what did the moth do? Set his heart on a star. That means it wanted to go and catch the star. He told his mother about this and she counseled him to set his heart on a bridge lamp instead. So the moth told its mother, see, I want to go and reach the star. So mother told the moth, don't do that. Counsel means advised. Don't do that. Instead, set your heart on a bridge lamp which is nearby. You go and touch that. Lamps are things to hang around. See, a moth like you, small moth, you cannot go and get the stars, reach the star. So go for a lamp, that is bridge lamp. You get somewhere that way, said the moth's father. So moth's father also told, don't hang around thinking of going to the star. Just go and touch the bridge lamp instead. you don't get anywhere chasing the stars. You can't reach the star. You'll be only wasting your time. But the moth would not heed the words of either parent. The moth did not listen to the advice of the mother as well as the father. Every evening at dusk, dusk means sunset. When the sun sets, it's called dusk. At dusk, when the star came out, he would start flying towards it. And every morning at dawn, dawn means sunrise, morning, he would crawl back home, worn out with his vain endeavor. With his vain endeavor. That means attempt. That means every day in the evening at sunset, the moth will start flying towards the star. And then tired, unable to reach the star. And finally, the moth would come back. When? In the morning. In the morning, it will come back worn out, very, very tired. One day, his father said to him, "You haven't burned a wing in months." That means you have not touched any of the lamps or bridge lamp or whatever may be, and you have not burned any part of your body. So, in boy, and it looks to me as if you are never going to. So that means I don't think that you will go and touch any of these lamps and get burnt. You are not going to do that. All your brothers have been badly burned flying around street lamps. All your brothers, they have been running around street lamps and they have got burnt. And your sisters have been terribly burnt flying around house lamps. All your brothers, they have been flying around street lamps and got burnt. And your sisters also, they were flying around house lamps and they too got burnt. Come on, now get out of here and get yourself scorched. Go and get yourself burnt. A big strapping moth like you without a mark on him. You're a big moth, you're grown up. But still you don't have any injury, any mark on your body. So go out and fly around the lamps, bridge lamp or street lamp or house lamps. The moth left his father's house, but he would not fly around street lamps and he would not fly around house lamps. So the moth was determined. I will not fly around street lamps or bridge lamps or house lamps. He went right on trying to reach the star. Daily he was trying, flying to reach the star, which was 4 1/3 light years. Light year. You know what is light year? The time taken for light to travel in 1 year. Okay, so light year, the distance travelled. So it was 4 1/3 light years, or 25 trillion miles away. 25 trillion. Billion alla, million, billion alla, trillion, 10 to the power of 12 I think. Okay, so that many, 25 trillion miles away. The star is so far away. But even then, the moth is trying to reach that. The moth thought that it was just caught in the top branches of an elm. So the moth thought that it is there nearby, somewhere inside, just above the trees. He never did reach the star. But he could not reach the star. But he went on trying night after night. And when he was very, very old moth, he began to think that he really had reached the star. So, after growing old, he was trying, daily going and coming back. Then when the moth became old, he started thinking, imagining that I have reached the star. And this gave him a deep and lasting pleasure. Deep and lasting pleasure. The thought that I have reached the star gave the moth a deep and lasting pleasure. and he lived to a great old age, and still he started living till the end. His parents and brothers and sisters had all been burned to death when they were quite young. See, all his brothers, all his sisters, they had, even the parents also, they had been flying around street lamps and house lamps, and then they started getting burned. They have been burned. Now we'll have the questions. Before going to the questions, I'll just repeat, we'll just revise this passage. It's a small passage. Okay. What kind of moth? A young and impressionable moth. Young and impressionable moth. What was its plan? He set his heart on a star. Okay. So he told his mother about this, and the mother advised the moth not to set the heart on a star, but set his heart on a bridge lamp, because stars are not the things to go around. Then she said, lamps are things to go hang around. You get somewhere that way, said the moth's father also, advised him. You don't get anywhere chasing the stars. But the moth did not listen to either the mother or the father. So every evening at dusk, when the stars came out, he would start flying towards the star. And in the morning, at dawn, sunrise time, he would crawl back home, worn out, with vain endeavor, without any success. So one day his father told him, you haven't burned a wing in months, and it looks that you are not going to burn. See your brothers and sisters, they have been flying around street lamps, they have been flying around house lamps, and they have been burnt. You have not been burnt. So it's very bad. So they advised him to go around a street lamp or a house lamp. Then the moth left his father's house. He would not fly around street lamps or house lamps. He went straight trying to reach the star, which was 4 1/3 light years or 25 trillion miles away. The moth thought it was just caught in the top branches of an elm. So it had an illusion that I am not able to go, I am caught up somewhere. He never did reach the star. He did not reach. But he went on trying night after night. And when he was very, very old, the moth began to think that he had really reached the star. He had happiness, yes, I have reached. And this gave him a deep and a lasting pleasure. He was very much satisfied. And he lived to a great old age. His parents, brothers, and sisters all have been burned to death when they were quite young. But the moth did not get burned. So let us see the questions. Okay. The comprehension questions are, see, questions itself, answer the following in a phrase or a sentence. That means you should not go for a longer answers. Okay. The first one, a young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a bridge, B, star, C, tree. So answer is B. In exam, you just write B and then star. You must not put only B. You must write star also. Okay. Second question. What advice did the mother give to the moth? What advice? Since if you have the textbook, there is a place. So please fill in the answer. I'll give the answers. Please fill up. So the first question, tick B. The second question, the answer is, the mother advised the moth to set his heart on a bridge lamp. So what is the answer? What was the advice of the mother? The mother advised the moth to set his heart on a bridge lamp. Please fill up. Third one, what did the moth do every evening? Answer, he started flying towards the star. Every evening at dusk, sunset time, he started flying towards the star. Then, how did the moth return home every morning? Every morning at sunrise, the moth would return home worn out. The moth would return home worn out. How far was the star from the earth? So I told you it was 4 1/3 light years. It was 4 1/3 light years, or put on oblique 25 trillion miles away. 25 trillion miles. ಯಾರು ಒಂದು ಬರೆದು ಸಾಕು. Any one answer is sufficient. Then what did the moth do after leaving his father's house? What did the moth do leaving his father's house? Question number 6 ada. He went right on trying to reach the star. He went right on trying to reach the star. 7th one. What feeling gave the moth a deep and lasting pleasure? What feeling? The feeling that he really had reached the star. The feeling that he really had reached the star. Question number 8. The idiom, that is to set one's heart, means A. Desire a thing without joy. B. Desire a thing with joy. C. Desire a thing unknowingly. So the answer is B. Desire a thing with joy. 9th one. Find the antonym to dawn in the passage. Antonym means opposite meaning. A word we're having an opposite meaning. So the antonym of dawn is dusk. D-U-S-K. Dawn is sunrise time. Dusk means sunset time. Okay. Then last one. Give the noun form of deep. So deep is the adjective and the noun form is depth. Noun form depth. D-E-P-T-H. So exactly in the exam you will have 10 questions like this. There will be one question of multiple choice. One question will be on some grammar aspect like this. So 1 or 2 questions will be like this, all mixed up. Okay. So if you have not written down, if you don't have the workbook, please see the screen and put the number and write the answer so that you can later on fill up. Okay. Again I'll repeat the answers. The first one, a young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a, answer is B, star. B, star. Second one, what advice did the mother give to the moth? Please write down. If you don't have the book, put the number and write it down on some paper or a notebook. The mother advised the moth. Advised, yes. Noun ಆಗಿರುವಾಗ C, verb ಆಗಿರುವಾಗ S. Advised the moth to set his heart on a bridge lamp. To set his heart on a bridge lamp. Third one, what did the moth do every evening? What did the moth do every evening? Every evening at dusk, the moth started flying towards the star. So every evening, the moth started flying towards the star. Fourth one, how did the moth return home every morning? So every morning, the moth would return home worn out. Every morning, the moth returned home worn out. Fifth one, how far was the star from the earth? You can have 2 answers, so you can write anything. First one, it was 4 1/3 light years. It was 4 1/3 light years. Or it was 25 trillion miles away. It was 25 trillion miles away. Then sixth one, what did the moth do after leaving his father's house? The moth went right on trying to reach the star. The moth did not go to a street lamp or a house lamp or a bridge lamp. It went straight trying to reach the star. Seventh one. What feeling gave the moth a deep and lasting pleasure? The feeling that he really had reached the star. So, what the moth thought, oh yes, I have reached the star. And that feeling gave the moth a deep and a lasting pleasure. Deep and a lasting pleasure. Then, the idiom, to set one's heart. To set one's heart means, answer is B. Desire a thing with joy. So you must write B and just tick it. Ninth one, find the antonym to dawn in the passage. I told you synonym means words having same meaning. Antonym means words having opposite meaning. So here antonym means opposite meaning. So the antonym of dawn is dusk. Dawn, D-A-W-N. Dusk is D-U-S-K. Okay. Next is give the noun form of deep. Deep is an adjective. Okay. So the noun form is depth. D-E-P-T-H. Depth. So only one passage I'll do. If I go to second passage, it will not be able to. It will take a long time. So you please understand how you have to answer the comprehension questions. So I just read the passage, I explained to you, then I started telling. So in the examinations, what you must do is read the just passage fast agi, just to have a glance, like skimming, just glance. Okay, this is about, for example, this passage, you must just see, oh, what is this? Moth and a star. So moth and the star, that means something has gone, the moth is doing with the star. Then you start just seeing what is happening like this. Then don't take much time, straight away go to the questions. Take the question number 1. See, for example, for question number 1, you know, a young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a, starting itself the answer comes. See, a young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a star. Answer is star. So take the answer. So similarly, go to the second one. What advice did the mother give to the moth? Then after that, please go. He told his mother about this and she counseled him. Counseled means advised him. So answer is here. To set his heart on a bridge lamp. This is the answer. So like this, you have to see the question, come back to the passage, just see and then see, get the answer and then write down. So you must be a bit fast. Put the question number, write the answer. So similarly, you go in a serial form. For example, in your exams you have A to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, like that it comes. So you go one by one. Suppose one answer you are not getting, you just put there. For example, D you are not getting. You put D and leave it blank. Then go to E, write the answer. F, if you are not getting, leave it blank. Then G. But again last, come back, you will get the answer somewhere. Then you fill it up. Don't go half-assed way. A, D, B, C and all, don't do that. Go serially and the answers must be in one cluster. What is cluster? In one place, together, not scattered. Answers should not be scattered here and there. The olden days, what happens, some years back, this rule was not there. So students used to write 2-3 times and sometimes evaluators, they just give some marks and then make them pass. So what happens sometimes, in the beginning, no answers will be there. In the last page, all the correct answers will be there. That means he has copied or something has happened. So to avoid all these things, they are asking you to write only once. Okay, and should not be repeated. Particularly this passage questions, passage comprehension and poetry comprehension, answer should be in one cluster, in one place, together, and they should not be scattered. So I have given you all the guidelines how to attempt the questions. Actually, passage comprehension comes in all the levels. In 10th standard, you had a small passage and 5 comprehension questions were there. In first PU, you had passage and 10 questions. In second PU, we have a passage and 10 questions and a poetry 3 questions. So okay, that means this is an important aspect of language. Comprehend whether what you have understood, whether you are able to understand, and how much you have understood, and how you put the answers. It is not that just some students they just take first question again first 2 lines, second question again second 3 4 lines. No, not that. You read and find out the answer and put it accordingly. See, they are given you only 1 line for each question, means your answer should be within that. Okay, should not write more than that. Be short and be precise. Precise means exact answer should be there. So today we have studied the second passage, and tomorrow we'll do the third one. But after that, there are some 3 passages where questions are not there, and you are asked to frame questions. Okay, when I come to that, I'll tell you, you must frame questions. Read first sentence, what questions I can frame. Then accordingly you can do, and then as usual, there will be a Google form for each and every passage. So first passage, second, each passage I am giving 10 questions on Google form. Please don't neglect, do it. See what happens, you are getting marks is not important here, because you are not in the class, you are at home, you can just see the book and write. That is a different thing. But what happens, at least you will understand what is the answer for this question, how the questions are framed, and what kind of answers you are writing. This will help you. Okay, because we can't check whether you are writing, you will be writing, looking at the textbook and writing only. But even then, it gives you some practice. So don't neglect, attempt all the Google forms and write down, because we are following you, we are watching all the Google forms we are seeing, and all your PDF answers we are seeing, we are valuing. And what happens, we notice that in some of your weekly tests, your names are not tallying. Name is something on the list, and there is something else on the answer sheet. So we can't know what happened, or somebody's answer has been circulated or something like that. That is why we are not giving mark, valuing them. If they are not tallying, we are not valuing. Okay. Anyway, so please understand how you answer a comprehension passage, because this is the only area where you can score well without any much preparations. 10 questions, 10 marks. Poetry 3 questions, 3 marks. So with this, I'll close here. Tomorrow we'll have the third passage where we have again questions and all that. Okay then, bye.